was really funny because CT literally had to shake me off his hand because he was like, no, we can let go. And he was literally like, okay, stop holding on to me.
And I am happy to report 57% of the vote thank Corey.
Nice. I'll be very happy with that.
I tried to throw a little Jacob Joseph joke in there. It didn't land, so we're just gonna move past it.
Claire comes into mind. She loves the ladies, definitely.
Oh.
She is such a flirt.
I don't know. It's really odd, actually. I'm not really sure.
It sounds like you're from London, but you spend a lot of time in Scotland. You're a little bit Cockney/Australian. Kind of like Mary Poppins vibes.
Chimney, is there anyone that you wish you could do?
My dream is to go on Big Brother. Yeah, it's like my favorite reality show ever. And I'm giving you a hug.
I'm giving a hug too. This show has made me too. Hugs for everyone.
Hello, friends.
Oh, we're doing this again.
It's time for the spectacular.
Oh, I'm excited.
A jumbo series of live shows.
Cool.
With guests whom you all know.
We sure do.
We got all you need in the TVCo app, which is free. We're talking everyday life with BB alums, old school, new school. It's all epic fun. So let's get started, friends, because us three got a lot to discuss.
We do.
It's time to enjoy the show.
It is.
Let's see who'll be joining us.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. You're doing great.
Guess who's enjoying the intro?
Hooray!
It's me, and I'm sorry, Nicole, I tried for you, but we got guests. We gotta start the show. Go, Nicole, start the show. Start it now.
Fine.
Hello, Nicole. Hello.
Hello, Eric. Hello.
Welcome to a fabulous Friday.
Oh my gosh, such a fantabulous Friday. How are you today, my friend?
I'm doing great, but I don't want to waste any time. I want to give you another F word. And you know what that is, Nicole? Follow. Follow, like, and subscribe wherever you guys are watching this show. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, of course, in the Hello Friends community, in the TVCo app is where all the interactive elements of this show come to life. So make sure you check that out so you guys can be part of the shows. Of course, share them and let everyone know that we are live right now. Because sharing is caring. You can do it after, too, if you guys are watching this back in the future. Share it. Maybe there's a Facebook group or a family member that you think would like it. Send them the link and help spread the love. Of course, a 5-star rating and a nice review is always appreciated, too. And if you're struggling with where do we find your social medias, Nicole's, the shows, what's the schedule? Of course, that's always over at hellofriendspod.com/find us live. Nicole, I'm so excited for today's guest, which is why I'm speeding through the intro. I gotta let you do yours, so take it away.
Yes, friends, today we have a friend of the show, friend of ours, good energy, good vibes all around. We're already connected on the same level because we wore similar sweaters. What's that about? We'll find out shortly. It is the one, the only, the fantabulous Christie Murphy.
Yay! I can't. I'm very excited to be reunited with the two of you right now. I'm feeling lots of things.
Lots of energies. And look, we wore magic.
Okay. So we did not plan this, but it's very strange that Nicole and I are both wearing distressed ripped sweaters with ripped sleeves. Eric, I know you don't maybe believe in this stuff, but as I got dressed this morning, I was like, okay, I have to channel Nicole, so I'm going to wear the brightest sweater and tie-dye socks just for Nicole. I actually got these in my HOH basket.
Yes, and I was jealous.
Without even knowing, we're wearing, so we must have both been channeling each other somehow. So listen, call it coincidence, but I don't think it's a coincidence.
I went to get dressed and I said, I need Christie vibes. So I opened my closet and I saw colorful with distress. I'm like, that's Christie vibes. And I put it on.
Yeah, I don't believe that's a coincidence. I feel like we were energetically on the same page with that. So
love it.
I love it too. And it's not that I don't believe it. It's not that at all. It's more that I feel like if Nicole and I both take the same viewpoint on every single show, then people are like, you don't express a different viewpoint. It's just you two jerking each other off. So,
Right.
and I'm
Right,
like, all right,
like,
fine. So I just take the opposite viewpoint.
that's true. I guess if you're both just like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. I guess who the fuck would want to watch?
And no, I think he is on the opposing side, but like recently guests have been on my side. So he's just trying to like, now he's like, oh, I have to, you know?
Okay, well, I guess he doesn't want to be the odd one out, so.
No, it's not that at all. It is not that at all. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Because people want a Nicole and Christie conversation. I'm going to go work on something for 1 second. I'm going to let you guys chat, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys tickety check. Go ahead.
Okay, so Chrissy, people do want an update before we get into all the auras and vibes and all that kind of stuff. People want an update about your personal life, and I see Michelle asking if you're currently seeing anyone, which I know about. But if you want to give a brief, you know, what you've been up to, that'd be great.
Oh, I love that. So yeah, it's funny. Yes, I am seeing someone. It's so weird to say seeing someone. Yeah, I definitely have a girlfriend. It's definitely serious. She's actually downstairs with my mom right now because it's my mom's birthday. So she's downstairs with our cavapoos. So weird. Like, you know, I always make everything about energy, but like she happened to have a cavapoo and I have a cavapoo, and I thought that was really weird and like so meant to be. But yeah, so she's awesome. She's moving to Jersey. She's moving in with me this weekend. It's official.
Oh my gosh. And Eric told me, because Eric is a huge follower of yours. Sometimes I'm bad on social media and he'll like fill me in. He said like you redid your kitchen and you're redoing the house, right?
Yeah, so like my personality is very lax. I moved to Jersey. I had my house for over 2 years now, and I've not started any projects. All of a sudden, Jamie's moving in, and she's like, all right, we're doing this, and that. She's like such a doer, and I'm so like procrastination nation, just chill. So things have been happening fast. Yeah, we just did our cabinets. We did the backyard. We're building a new deck. So hopefully in the summer we can have a nice barbecue.
Yay!
I know we've been saying we're going to have our BBBBQ. So Big Brother barbecue. So hopefully we can get everybody together and do that. But yeah, I'm definitely happy. I was picky for a long time and I'm good. I'm really happy.
I love that. And like, does that have to do you think like with maybe astrological signs? Like, I don't know what sign she is, but do you think, you know, you guys are kind of like connected in that sense?
Yeah, so it's funny, like I had gone to like a psychic years ago and they told me that my perfect match was either going to be a Leo or a Cancer. She is a Cancer. And it's funny because I'm like very strong-willed and I'm very, I'm very like opinionated. I say
what? I did not know this.
Hi, nice to meet you. I say exactly what's on my mind. I'm very like strong, so I feel like it takes somebody like stronger than me to like tame me a little, which she has. But also Cancers are known to have like a very sensitive side, which I also need because I'm also super emotional. So it's really like, that too. So
so many shocking announcements.
Yeah, I know. Breaking news: Christy cries. But it's a really nice balance, and I bringing it to astrological signs. I am a Libra, so I'm the scales, and I need balance, and I feel like she's definitely brought that to my life. So I'm like red. I'm really red.
I'm red for. I'm always red though. I adore that. I do want to jump into so many questions that everybody has. I've had a lot of questions. No, I know what's coming. Damn it.
But first, Eric is a big fan. Like Eric stalks you. I watch her Insta stories like a friend should do.
Yeah. No, I don't look at you as a fan at all, Eric, although Nicole totally just tried to paint you as a super fangirl. But no, you're totally my friend.
No, I caught myself. Hold on. I caught myself. I didn't say fan because that's not right, but I didn't say friend because I'm supposed to be a friend and I'm really bad watching people's Instagram stories. I don't. So I can't put him in my category because I suck, and I can't put him in fan. So I said follower. He's a follower.
That sounds even funnier, honestly.
That is. That's
like, I'm horrible. I don't watch him.
I feel like that sounds like I'm like Moses and he's one of my people following me to part the sea.
I loved it. I'm horrible too. Like I'm the worst at Instagram. I never check the DMs. I always go there and I have a million. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I just delete them all. So I'm the worst, but I did in having to be Nicole for Big Brother. I really fell in love with Insta stories. Like I love them. I love watching people's. And yeah, I saw you redoing your kitchen. I love all home stuff. I'm like, ooh, I love that paint color. I love that you told the people the choices. I
Aw.
loved the whole process.
I love you. I know it's so funny. I've been having a lot of people reach out to me now. They're like, "Wait, so all of a sudden you're like a home cooking DIY home edit page?" And I'm like, maybe I'm onto something. Like, I
You
make beef
should.
Wellington, and I get more views than I've ever gotten in my whole life on
I
Instagram.
believe it. I believe it. I
So
I do need to be better. I do need, and this is something I've told like Tommy before, I've told Holly before, I've told Sam. Like I need to be better watching Insta stories because when Eric tells me things, I'm like, how do you know these things?
what I will say about you, Nicole, though, is that although you might be like delayed and like not like current with stuff, you always catch up and like you will still comment on things. Like even if it was posted days ago, like it's like a family member's birthday or a holiday, you will still always make your way to the picture, comment it, and it does not go unnoticed. So you're not bad at it. You're just delayed because you're busy. Like you're thriving with your podcast. Like that's a good excuse, I think.
It
Oh,
is.
thanks.
And
I'm that person that like goes back and goes, oh, I missed 4 photos. Let me like all 4 of them.
Yeah, but that's nice. Like you always show love. Like that's just so on brand for who you are as a person. So
Thanks.
yeah.
speaking of always showing love, Sparkly Eye in the Hello Friends community says, to this day, Christy is one of the top interviews, one of her favorite shows that we've ever done. We get this so much. I don't think, you know, I would say you are one of the top people that everyone always says, get Christy, have Christy come back on. And we're like, we don't want to just bother Christy all the time.
First of all, the two of you would never ever bother me, like ever. Especially like these days, it's kind of like quiet. I mean, you guys know I have the store, but like we're in a freaking pandemic, and like realistically, there's nowhere for anyone to go, so no one's buying like banging outfits like normal. So I've been really quiet, and I've been trying to find like other ways to stay busy. So you can have me on anytime in the pandemic, especially, and I would love to be on. So thank you, I didn't catch your name, Sparkle something.
It's Sparkly Eye.
Sparkly Eye, thank you. You're my favorite.
Sparkly Eye. Yeah, we love her. We love her. So I'm sorry, Nicole, I cut you off. What were you saying before I barged in and yelled at you about follower?
Well, I said follow. I tried. Okay. So we've been talking a lot this week about like signs and auras and tarot cards and all this stuff. And we wanted to get your insights on it. So I guess I'll start specifically. A huge fan of yours, Rachel97, who shouted you out multiple times in the TV collab, says, how do you feel about psychics? So we'll start there. What are your thoughts on psychics?
So it's funny, like I'm very torn on psychics. So psychics and mediums to me are two completely very different things. So there are people that claim to be psychics that they say they could read your future, whether it's your palm or your numbers or your birthday or that are just going to predict what's going to happen to you. Then there are mediums who are people that connect to the dead and who connect to souls that have passed on. And then there are people that are psychic mediums that kind of do both. So now I think that like there are some incredibly gifted, really like unique people out there that it's true. But do I think that a lot of people are just doing it for money and kind of like it's funny. I've been to psychics that I sit down and they'll tell me like everything wrong. And I feel like they're almost like pulling information from me and they'll get like one thing right. And they're like, yay, I did. And I'm like, okay, well, I told you that. But there's been some that I've gone to that blown my mind. And I'm like, that's what makes me believe. So I could be a skeptic, but I think it's a gift that some people definitely have. Like I think people are born intuitive,
I don't want to argue with Nicole on this show because I know we have a lot of things that people want to hear from Christy on, but that is my answer, Nicole. That's literally my answer.
Oh, you say the same thing? Like that's how you feel? Yeah.
That's my answer. Like some people can make it a con, but some people hit it on the head. Some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, like recently I don't know if you've seen, but like Caitlin Herman, she's, like my soul sister.
Yes.
She'll be on Sunday, I think, right? I saw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had me on one of her. You were actually, I think, on Big Brother when it happened, but on All Stars. But she had like a medium on her show, and we were doing sound check. We weren't even on the actual show, and she literally said that she's like, "Who's David? Who's the young male?" And talked about suicide. And she's like, "He's with you right now." Now, I mean, I feel like we were in sound check. It was the first thing I said. I don't post pictures of David. Like, this was an old friend of mine who unfortunately had committed suicide when we were younger. It was the greatest loss I've ever felt. And it was immediate. She's like, yeah, he's behind you and he's mooning you. His butt is out and he won't stop talking. He's talking a mile a minute and he's mooning you. And I just started crying hysterical because it was like, how did this woman know? And that's so Dave. Dave would have his ass out on camera and standing behind me and talking a mile a minute. So like, that blew me away, So, but I've been to ones before that I will like bring photos and I'll like show a picture of my grandma who was like alive and well at the time. And the first thing the psychic said was like, oh, she's passed. I'm like, oh
my God.
She hasn't, but great. Thanks.
So when you say like they blew you away, you mean more so the ones that say things that nobody else could ever possibly know?
Yeah, like for sure. Yeah, there's definitely been instances like that where I'm like, holy shit, how would they know that? Like I also went to so I went to this retreat maybe like 3 years ago, upstate New York, and it was a really cool company called Well and Good. They have like a blog and a magazine, and they did like these all-girl retreats. And I was like, I was going through like a really tough time in my life. I was going through like a breakup, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to this retreat. I'm going. It's 5 days. And they had this astrologist there that was doing readings based on your signs, like your sun, your moon, your rising. So I had to give like my birthday, the time I was born. And she literally told me the house I was going to buy, the month I was going to buy it in, where in New Jersey it was, when it was going to happen. And she kind of also told me that the person I was going to do it with was going to move in and move out in 4 months. And that's literally what happened. Like my ex and I moved into this house, and then 4 months in, we broke up. So how the hell would anybody know that? You know what I mean? So yes, there's been some spooky instances that I'm like, all right, I'm a believer,
Damn.
I think you have to. I think when it's very specific things like that, you have to. I don't know how anybody can deny it when it's stuff like that. But speaking of moving in, and I know Nicole was saying this when I was popping off to fix something, but you have said that you said you did move in with Jamie, your girlfriend, or you are moving in.
Oh my God, she's on there. Wait, that's so funny. She would die right now. Yeah, no, so I oh my God, she would die. Anyway,
oh, you're smitten, Christy.
I know. She's just so funny. She's so private. Like, she's so the opposite of me. Like, I'm like, Star is born, and she's like, okay, like, chill. Like, I'm going back to work with, like, her headset and, like, her, But, yeah, so I live in Jersey. The house that I was just talking about that I bought, that's where I still live. She's from Brooklyn, and now she moved 2 bridges over to me. So now, yeah, actually our official moving day is Monday, but we've been like slowly moving her in. So, but yeah.
My only flaw that I have seen from her from your Insta stories and from watching from afar is that she buckled and went to Jersey.
I don't know what your issue with Jersey is, Eric. I'm not
sure. It smells.
No, it's Staten Island smells
dirty.
Staten Island smells so bad. Have you ever been to
Staten Island? Sorry, Tommy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
It's not New York.
I love Staten Island. I was born and raised there. My store is there. I appreciate all of my roots there, but it's smelly. It is not the most friendly people. It's very close-minded individuals. I'm telling you, where I live in Jersey, you'd have to give it a chance. I live right on the water. The only smell you smell is the beach. It's beautiful. We're gonna
I
have
love New Jersey. The
you're
day that
coming
I
home.
have to like tell people that I really love Jersey is gonna be. I have my I love New Jersey shirts. I'm always in AC. My
I hate
friends live in New Jersey. You know what it was, Christy? I couldn't hate people. Like I said, how I have to take the opposite viewpoint of Nicole because I feel like it makes the shows interesting. Everybody likes shows when people are fighting and hate something. And I'm like, I
right.
don't want to hate a person, so I'll hate a whole state.
Just hate the whole state. Well, that's fair, and I will allow you to hate Jersey, but when we have our
Mhm.
BBQ, you're gonna come, and I'm gonna, I want you to give your honest input. You have like a few hours to spend the day. I'll take you on a nice little hike
Oh,
if
I
it's
love
warm enough
Jersey.
out, and you could tell me if you still hate Jersey. Also, you don't have to hate the whole state. You can hate certain townships.
Sure, sure. But no, really, and I'll never admit it outside of this show, but I love Jersey.
Yeah.
And
Shift your
people will be
hatred to
like,
Staten Island.
Yeah,
people, oh,
that's
Staten
fair.
Island I hate. And I'm from New
I know.
York and we all agree. We've rejected it.
That
Um,
like a COVID, like was like the number one COVID hot zone in like the
Yeah.
whole state of New York. It was so embarrassing. I
And like,
literally, I
who's the
literally,
guy that lives there? Like Tommy Bracco or whatever. Ugh, can't.
yeah, no, not a fan, not a fan.
oh, we love Tommy.
We
No,
love
Love
Tommy.
I love it so much. We were so mad. We were like setting up a date. Like we like to do like our periodic dates where we just like go out, just the two of us. And we like had our like set date. We were gonna go out, and then the restaurant that we were planning on going to, Angelina's, like our favorite local restaurant, had to like close again for COVID stuff. And we're like, okay, well, I guess we have to reschedule. So I haven't actually seen him in a while, but he's also really happy in his relationship.
I know, Joey. I
I
will say that if you want to follow, you should be following Christie's Instagram and her Insta stories because, like I said, there's all of, you are showing when you're doing DIY stuff, and obviously you're showing your store and you're showing like spirituality things. However, your thing really is the catch all. Like, if I'm just going to scroll through and, like, oh, one, I'll go to yours. If you're a foodie, you also want to go to Christie's Insta story. I just love to watch when you guys are at all those restaurants, and I'm just like, it looks so good.
Oh, well, thanks. I haven't been to like a really good restaurant in a while because, there's
Also,
not
really good for me.
But I think with my Instagram story, you kind of just like never know what you're gonna get because
Right?
it's
It's a
like some days
surprise.
I'll wake up and I'm like feeling creative and peaceful and happy, and then other days I wake up and I'm like on a rant about like, God knows what. Like, so it's
I I always remember the one that I did watch when you were going to like Florida and you were like, I kind of went crazy and bought Disney items and they were all over your bed, like Fantasia shirts. I was like, oh, I want the Fantasia stuff.
yeah. And I've never even seen Fantasia. I don't know why I black out when I go to stores. I just like see like black and I just like walk through the store like this and I just take everything. So, and then I'm stuck with a closet full of stuff that I don't wear and I give away. So.
Oh, I have
I
a problem.
don't know who to give all my Disney stuff to.
Yay. Fantasia, I love.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
No, but so like I haven't seen you guys like in person, so I miss you. But I did see you. This is a weird segue, but I did see you last night in my dream, which I'll share very
Oh
briefly, and
my.
maybe you could like do like a dream analysis. It was so unnerving because I've hardly ever dreamed, but I was at like a block party with you, Tommy, and Holly. And
Okay.
we were just partying it up, and I had such a great time. I had fun, love you all. I went home and I said to my family, oh my gosh, I can't wait to share with you guys like all the Insta stories and videos and pictures that I took with Tommy, Holly, and Christy. And my family was like, oh, we know all about it. And I was like, what do you mean you know all about it? And it was all over the news. It was me like stripping, me doing sexual acts, me like drinking alcohol, me smoking. And they're like, Nicole, you went crazy. And I was like, I don't remember any of that. I didn't do any of that, I swear. And they're like, Nicole, we know it was you. And I'm like, it wasn't me.
Oh my God, like, so do you think we like drugged you in the dream?
Possibly, I don't know. So I was talking to Tommy about it today, and Tommy was like, Nicole, you're ridiculous. But I just thought it was the funniest thing because it was like me, like, oh my God, I love them. I had such a great time. And then it was like this like montage of me doing all these horrendous things. And you guys trying to stop me. And like, Nicole,
No.
stop. And I was like, no, Christy.
So you were like belligerent and you had no recollection of it. In your head, we just had like this magical time at a block party.
Yes. How, like
Like
what is
that.
the meaning of that very messed up dream/nightmare?
I don't know because fun fact, one of the things that I would want to do in my life is to be like a life coach / dream interpretation. Like I want to do that, but I'm not there yet. But if I had to like say, I feel like maybe it's that you feel that when you're with me and Tommy and maybe Holly, you have like this inner wild child that needs to come out, but yet it's not really you. So you're scared. So it only came out in like a fictional dream world.
Wow. I was doing some crazy stuff.
Sexual acts. Well, literally, like,
Insane.
not to like, make this turn rated R or anything, but like, I didn't even tell Holly this, but recently I literally woke up and I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I had like a sexual dream about Holly. And I'm telling you, I've never looked at her in like a sexual way. Like, okay, you look at Holly, you see a gorgeous person,
Yes.
like she's beautiful inside and out, like literally love her. But like, and I just see her as family. And so I had this like sexual dream about her. And I was like, babe, I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, I just had a sex dream about Holly. And I literally didn't even tell her about it. But yeah. And it was in the Big Brother house and it was weird. And we also like hated each other. Like we were mad at each other. And like, yeah, it was
like
weird.
angsty, sexy.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like it happened. And then after it happened, I went to tell sis about how much I hated her. And I was like, why did I do that? And then it was almost like I was watching live feeds of her also shit talking me to Jackson about it. And it was just this weird thing. I don't know. It was very strange.
My dream analysis of that would be that you miss Holly very much and you just want to show her love, and not in like a sexual way, but like, because I think because we all miss each other and just want to like squeeze
Right.
each other.
Like I definitely want to smother her, but like not in a sexual way whatsoever. Like at all. Love her to death, but yeah, definitely not.
Eric, how you doing over there?
I would say that according to dream analysis, it says that when you have sex in a dream, it's that you want to feel pleasure, or you want to, or there's something that you desire that you're trying to achieve. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be about the sex.
Well, it is funny because like during that time that I had the dream, it was maybe like 2 weeks ago, my girlfriend and I were planning a surprise trip to LA, and we were just going to surprise Holly and sis. And because my girlfriend does work sometimes out in LA, but then we heard that the lockdown was still really bad, so then we canceled it. So that would make sense. Like maybe it was that I was like planning and thinking about getting there and surprising them. And then like finding out we couldn't go, it was like, but I want it. But like, yeah, I don't know. It translated strange, I think.
Well, mine did too. I was just saying yesterday that like you were going to be on the show and I miss you and Tommy, and so maybe like I desire to see you guys so badly that mine just went south very quickly as well.
Yeah, you never know.
No.
Dreams are very weird like that. Actually, it's so funny because the night before last night, wow, I can't believe I'm going to tell this. She's going to kill me. But my girlfriend said that I was talking in my sleep. And like, like you can't get mad at someone for like what they do in their sleep. Like if you have a dream, you can't control what you dream about. So she said I was making really weird noises like I was eating. She said I was laying on my back and I was like, so she said she turns around to take out her phone to video me. And then I started going, but I miss you too. And going like that. And she goes, I couldn't tell if you were eating or kissing, but I got really uncomfortable. And I just like tried to go back to sleep because I was like, I don't want to even know what she's thinking about right now. But I wish I could remember. I was like, please, I wish you would have woke me up because I would have loved to like instantly remember what it was that I was either eating or kissing, but like I don't remember, so it's a mystery. It'll remain a mystery.
I apparently have full-on conversations when I first wake up that I have zero recollection of. My hubs knows nothing that we discuss in the first 5 minutes from when I wake up, should we ever count as a meaningful conversation. However, I will note that Nicole didn't ask me about that dream because I think she knows what I would say.
I know what you would say. That's why I didn't share it with you.
Well, I want to know what you would say.
I will say it is my core Nicole observation. So basically, Nicole had a good time, did things that were fun, but put it on herself negatively or saw it as the bad thing. Like, she can't accept the fun without it being bad that she had fun or bad that she enjoyed herself.
I mean, I could definitely see that. I feel like you have like this in like you want to like almost set your inhibitions aside more, but like you almost then like would self like punish like, okay, well that's bad. Like I shouldn't be wild. I shouldn't do that cuz like I'm good and pure and sweet but like fuck it. Like you
You
fucking
can be
deserve
good and pure and sweet and have fun. By the way, sex isn't bad.
I'm not a ranger.
Exactly. I mean, alcohol, if you do not abuse it, is fine. Those things
Yeah.
are all fine. You're allowed to be an adult that does fun things responsibly.
Yeah, it's true.
Does tell your brain to shut up.
Oh, look at her. I can't. I love her face so much. I can't. I want to just squeeze it. But you know, I guess that does make sense. That definitely makes sense. Wait, so really quick, back to you having full conversations when you wake up. Are they English sentences or do you speak in tongues?
No, English sentences. Apparently, it starts as like, I'm dreaming. Like, he knows not to talk to me. So if it's getting, and by the way, I can go to sleep at 3 a.m., 10 p.m., or, 5 a.m. I wake up at the same time every day. Like, I have this weird internal clock. So if it's getting to be like 6 a.m., I will just apparently start being like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. I wish we had something good. And then he knows, like, oh, like, he gets scared because we have fights about it. So he'll be scared, like, am I supposed to acknowledge this or are you sleeping?
Right, like, should I stay here and do nothing or should I go whip up eggs? Like, what do I do?
Right, because then like 15 minutes later, I'll be like, no, I told you I was hungry and I wanted eggs. He'll be like, I thought you were sleeping and I was not supposed to count this one.
My sister used to say, I mean, I haven't lived with my sister in a while, but when we used to live at home with my mom, she used to say that, like, if she would come in my room during the daytime, if I was napping and she'd, like, sneak in, I would be speaking in tongues and she would actually be able to, like, converse back and forth with me, but it would never make sense. But then once I caught on that she was, like, trying to either mock me or video it, I would just curse her out, like, sit up, straight up, and then curse her out with my eyes closed and then fall back asleep.
I love that.
My sister used to talk in her sleep. She talks a little bit. Like, my sister talks, Kayla, but it's like gibberish. So it'd be like,
like Sims. Like she speaks in Sims.
Oh, like
and if you get close to listen, it stops.
Oh.
So then you back up and it's like, so freaky.
I'd like you to never do that again.
Oh, she sounded like Sims. Did you ever hear Nicole talk like Sims?
No.
I guess not.
When they go like, so.
Yeah, like she literally knows like actual Sims language. I was blown away by it in the Big Brother house, actually.
You and Jack would always be like, do this. And I'd be like, Sawadama.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Actually is
Yeah.
Well, look, I got another question. I saw people in chat were like, "What? You need to have Christy weigh in on the poll," and I think Christy won't care about weighing in on this poll. Do you care if we do the poll results right now, Nicole? You are the poll queen.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just gonna get risky very quick.
So,
what's the poll?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So on the show the other day, I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about people having a price for whatever it means to you. In other words, would you sell your socks? Would you sell your underwear? Would you sell yourself? And there were people that were dead set against, like, no, I would not. And people that were like, yes, 100% we would. So the poll that we put in the Hello Friends community was, do you have a price? With the options being, yes, free, I'll take any amount, at least in the hundreds, in the thousands, in the tens of thousands, or no, not up for sale.
Wow, this is very, very relevant and a great poll. So my answer is, and it could never just be an A, B, C, or D. It has to be like a choice and then but if. In the thousands is my answer. Yes, but in the thousands. But it also depends what it is and if there's a creepy vibe behind it. Like, okay, like when I got out of the Big Brother house, I found out that like I was on this website called Wikipedia because apparently I have nice feet and like I have this weird like foot fandom thing. Do you have it too, Nicole?
Yeah.
Like I get like like all the time people ask for like pictures of my feet, my sweaty socks, like socks that they've like seen in like my Instagram photos. And like to me, if it's like a very professional transaction, like I appreciate your feet, like cool, whatever, I will pay you $1,000 for your socks. Like abso-fucking-lutely. Like sure, what's your address? I'll even pay shipping. But like if it's like weird and I know someone's like talking in a sexual way about it, or I get an impression that it's like I'm sorry, like, and creepy is creepy and you could spot it out. Then I won't do it. I just either won't answer or I'll be like, sorry, like I don't do that sort of stuff. But if it's like a simple, clean cut business transaction, you don't need to like hear me or see me or video me or anything. Cool. You can have my sweaty socks. Like, sure.
Right, just be normal. Like, we don't need to know what you're going to do with the socks. We could probably imagine.
Like, so basically, if anybody wants these, let me
know. Exactly.
Bidding starts at 1,000. Do I hear 2,000?
Hey, Nicole, did you say what you said before I pulled up the results?
Yeah, I'm curious what your...
Mine depends on the amount. Like, I always say, like, oh, absolutely not, no way. But, I mean, like you said, if it's, like, socks, I think I would be more toward, like, the 10,000. Not for socks, but if someone's like, hey, I want your bra, I'll give you, like, 5,000, 7,000 for it. I'm like, okay. But I would never do, like...
Nude photo.
I would never do a nude photo. Because ain't nobody want to see that.
So no Nicole fans?
You're wrong. I'm sure people definitely would want to see you. Like, you're beautiful and like you have like something about you. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to see it, but it's just also not like who you are. You're not like this promiscuous, like put your nude body out there type.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could imagine the money.
Right. But like, like if someone asked you like for a pair of socks and was like, I'll give you 10 grand, like,
oh yeah, take it. I'll sign them. I'll lick them. Whatever you want me to do.
Yeah. Did you ever get? You have a PO box, right?
Yes. Me and you have gotten.
Yeah, like I've gotten like letters from people like requesting for like like I've gotten like a screenshot, like a printed photo of me on the live feeds changing, and it's like, can I have this bra? And I'm like, okay, dude, first of all, no, not for free. Like, if that's what you're into, cool. Like, I'm so flattered. Like, I respect you. But, like, free? Absolutely not. If you want to pay me, like, a lot of money for a bra, okay, sure. And they were like, hopefully you haven't washed it since Big Brother. I'm like, oh, homie, do you think I'm a dirtbag?
Listen, speaking of that, my one sports bra from the pie punishment is disastrous. Like, it, like, will induce vomiting, like to the point where I'm like, what is this smell? What is this smell? I'm like going through my Big Brother stuff. I was like, oh my God, it's the sports bra. Like my dad, like freaking was so pissed off. He's like, I'm gonna throw it out. It's smelling up the whole house. I'm like, no, I have to save it. You never know that one day when someone's like, can I have your pie punishment bra that stinks for like 10 grand? And I'll be like, sure, you can have it. So it's been washed over and over, but it's like, it's in a sealed bag. It's enough to kill somebody.
I was gonna say, like, the fact that you could wash it and it still smells, like, preserve that shit and like, listen, advertise it. Like, you never know, someone may want it. They say like Beanie Babies are worth like $100,000 now, so like, you never know. Also, I remember like that pie smell, Eric. Like, I know that you weren't there, but like, if I could like bring you there, if you even had it on your face and then wiped it off for longer than like 10 seconds, you stunk like sour milk. So could you imagine like your old bra smell? Like, bad.
Yeah, no, I get it. I would imagine it smells like sour milk that then started molding. And then, yeah, I'm sure it is disgusting. Well, look, here's the results. 50% of the people are liars. Because 50% of people say they are not up for sale. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that if someone went nude photo $1 million, you'd be like, oh no, I can't.
Yeah, like I don't believe those people. I'm sorry. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I would like to see someone offer them and see what they say.
Just
Yeah.
like I don't
And
believe the free either. I
yeah,
don't
I don't
believe the
free.
people that are like free.
I
Free.
think they would bump down to any amount. I don't think anybody does it for free.
Free. Like I'm all about generosity and charity, but not no. Like that's crazy. No way.
No,
But
I
hey, I
I
would.
mean,
think
maybe people are that generous and giving. Who knows?
maybe.
Yeah.
I think I answered at least in the 10,000s, and that was me lumping together anything from like not a big deal to kind of a big deal. I was like, all right, I'd probably be like 10,000s.
So you'd want like the average. But what you're saying is if it was just like un sock, you might do it for in the thousands.
Yes.
Okay,
But
fair.
if it was like un boob,
Right.
I'm like, oh,
Or like un full body food. You got to like average out the answer.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Well, look, chat, there's a lot of people who might not know to come into the Hello Friends community to weigh in on these polls that we do all week and stuff. So we like to give them a live poll too, Christy. We like to give them something that no matter where they're watching, they can participate right now and we can watch the results live. So I took the liberty of making up a poll for this show called What Should Christy Manifest in the New Year? So 1, an engagement.
Ooh.
2, a reality show appearance.
Okay.
3, a new business venture.
Okay.
Or 4, a boyfriend for Nicole. So you guys just have to put a hashtag and the number. So if you want an engagement, it's #1. You can put it in wherever you guys are watching these live.
So you just
Looks
did
like,
that.
oh, God, this is
Do
awkward.
that, Nicole? Oh, I thought it was you.
This is awkward.
Nobody's gonna vote for anything else, guys.
I
Don't
think
make me look desperate.
no, I kind of think that's really something nice for me to manifest, but only if that's something that you're ready to welcome in this new year. Like you have to be ready. Like, do you want to be in a relationship? Like a pandemic relationship seems tricky.
I don't know. See, I make the jokes that like, oh, I'm gonna die alone. I don't want to be alone. I want a boyfriend. I want somebody on Valentine's Day. Like I do joke about all that kind of stuff, but I kind of do have faith that it'll happen when it's meant to happen. Like even though I do joke about it, I'm like, no, when the world knows I'm ready, then he will come.
100%. And like, listen, like we are talking about signs and like synchronicities and things being meant to be. And I will say this. I think I can say this. So I was supposed to go on the challenge. I was supposed to be on this current season. And things just did not work out. Something really crazy happened, and I was cut at the last minute. Like I was packed, ready to go, contract signed, sealed, delivered. Anyway, so I'm out to dinner with my family. It's my goodbye dinner. We're literally like, it's like, oh, bye. We're not going to see you for a few months. I get a random phone call at like 10 o'clock at night from MTV saying, I'm sorry, you're out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, nice. I tell my family, I hang up the phone. I tell them, they're like, you're lying. Like, you're literally lying. I'm like, no, I'm really, but for some reason I wasn't upset. And they were like, why aren't you crying? Like, why aren't you devastated right now? And I'm like, I don't know. I felt like such a sense of calm and peace. And if this was to happen like for Big Brother, if I would have got cut at the last second for Big Brother, I would have been on like close watch. Like I would have been like, hide all the alcohol, hide all the pills. Like I would have been upset. And for this, I was like, I don't know. I just have a very strange feeling that something bigger is coming. And if I was away in Iceland, it wouldn't have happened. And my family was like, all right, whatever. Like they're used to my kooky shit. And I was like, I'm telling you, I think I'm going to like meet my soulmate this week or something. Like kind of joking, but kind of not. When I tell you 3 days later, I met Jamie, and I've never, like, I didn't talk to her before. We weren't friends on any social media. It's not like she was a fan. It was someone I've never, I didn't know. And a random friend was a mutual friend and set us up like literally 3 days later. And I mean, I know she's the one. So it's very crazy that when the universe wants you to meet the person, it's going to happen when you're not really looking, but you will have a feeling that it's coming and you'll kind of know.
Which is funny because then I'm like, maybe I should stop making jokes because maybe my making jokes is making the universe say like, no, she's focusing on it too much.
Well, I agree with that because like the way that I believe with like the manifestation thing, like yes, it's one thing to see something and want to bring it to fruition, but you could also in turn, like I call it like resistance. You could build up your positive energy to like bring something into your life, but you can also equally build a wall of resistance. So even though you're joking, the universe doesn't recognize yes or no. It just recognizes the energy that you're putting out there. So even if you're joking and you're saying, "Oh, I'm gonna die alone," this and that, it's recognizing that as resistance. Whether you're doing it with humor or not, it's like, well, she's not ready yet because she doesn't think she's ready, so she's not. So you can't,
yeah,
because you are creating like energy blockers. So just when you are ready, allow that and don't build that resistance wall, even if you're joking.
Wow. No, that's a very valid point. I could see that being, because even if it is humor, it's still a deflection and a wall building.
Yeah, it's like a defense mechanism almost. And the universe, like I said, that's like saying like when we're manifesting for something, you'd be like, I don't want to fail this test. The universe doesn't recognize don'ts and yeses or nos. It just recognizes you thinking you might fail a test, and then you might. Like that might be a bad example, but it doesn't recognize yes or no. It just recognizes the thought that you're thinking.
So in other words, like walking into a test, don't say, "Oh, I don't want to fail this test." You say, "I'm going to pass this test."
Exactly. You don't say like, I'm not going to fail. I'm not going to fail. You're going to say, I'm going to pass, because it doesn't recognize no and not. It's like a double negative. It doesn't recognize that. It only recognizes your intention. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So about the universe not recognizing yes or no, we got a meter right now that I was thinking that chat, we could ask you guys, what do you all think? A new boyfriend for Nicole in the new year? Am I right? Should we go with a yes? Should we go with a no? Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I mean, I think that would be really exciting. I can't wait to see like who he is and like who Nicole winds up with, because I know it's going to be someone like really unique and really special and like really cool, and like maybe someone that like pushes her out of her comfort zones a little.
Don't you think we should get to pick?
Here it
Yeah,
comes.
do like the Hello Friends Bachelorette.
Thank you.
Oh,
Exactly my idea.
I would trust other people to filter through though. Like I wouldn't want like to go through the vetting process of me meeting everybody. So yeah, I would trust you guys. Like Chrissy, you lived with me for God how long? Like I think you have a pretty good idea of how I tick.
Yeah, and like your patterns and like how you like your cereal and the temperature of your milk, and like I know like when you want to be alone, like what time you want to go to bed, if you even want to go to bed. I know like you know what I mean? Like I feel, and Eric, I mean, you know her better than anyone. I feel like we should do some sort of like Bachelorette for Nicole. And like obviously you'll get a lot of submissions, but people can like nominate who they think is a good match for her. We seed through all the wacky people and the people that we just think wouldn't be a good match, and then we like narrow it down to like maybe 5, and then she does like a speed dating show.
No, and people should have to get through the different stages. Like when they can like get like, we'll put them in like rooms and you have to like get through this Nicole real life test. So they'll come to my room and I'll be like, okay, you just woke up. It's 8 a.m. How are you gonna deal with? Oh my god, it's 8 a.m. What do you want for breakfast? Do you want eggs? I love eggs. Eggs are my favorite. Do you like cheese on your eggs? I like cheese on my eggs. I like orange juice. Do you like fresh squeezed orange juice? Do you want it in a pitcher? Do you want it in glass? Do you want it in plastic? What about paper? I love forks. Forks are my favorite. Rainbows, unicorns, just that. And I'll just do that to the person for like 20 minutes. I'll be like, this is what you're gonna wake up to.
Right, and I think if the person could just like smile and be like, oh, I love you, that would be like really cool. Like, yeah, I get it. It has to be someone that likes high energy, but
Yes.
also respects her like alone quiet time. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
And like doesn't take it personally if she like needs that time.
Yeah, I'm very energetic, but I guess that's everybody. Like you have the extremes. I'm also not I need to be alone, that comes out wrong, but I'm going through stuff in my mind. Give me a minute, and you'll be able to understand that.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do like the stages where like one episode they have to get through Eric, the next episode they have to get through Christy, the next episode they have to get through Tommy, the last episode they have to get through Cliff. Like they have to go through the stages.
Oh yes, like Cliff would be like, because like obviously we know like Kathy and Jerry are the real parents, but like Cliff would play like the role of like the reality dad, like that. That's like the real one you have to like pass through.
And Sam could give them his kids, and then we see how they are with
Uh,
kids.
Well, see, Sam's another one. Like, his opinion would mean a lot to me. If Sam didn't like the person, that'd be it.
Yeah.
Because, like,
And
I've interacted with Sam and his wife so much, you know?
Sam's tricky too. There's a lot of people he doesn't like. So it would be very tricky. You got to really win Sam over.
I agree with that.
I
So,
love him. He cracks me.
I want to do it. I want to. We have to figure out a way to make it happen. But I mean, in the meantime, if you guys are interested in watching a live dating show that is happening in real time, there is Faraway Bay here
Yes.
in the TV co-app. Well, I mean, it broadcasts everywhere, but there are after shows and pre-shows in the TV co-app, and it's like a live dating show where, kind of like how people weighed in with the polls, the meters and stuff on this show, you choose who's he gonna go on a date with, what are they gonna do on the date, and it all happens like live in real time. It's actually very cool.
Yeah, that sounds so cool. What is it? Faraway Bay?
Faraway Bay.
Wait, I love that. I have to check it out. That sounds like something mindless that I would go and get lost in, that I would love.
It's really good. It's really interesting.
Joey
Wow.
from The Circle hosts it. Dominic, who, oh my God, now I'm forgetting his last name, but he's like this super famous YouTuber and influencer. He's the person looking for love this season. It's a lot of fun.
Wow, love that.
But
And
go ahead,
I was going to
Nicole.
say, speaking of love and what makes us
Yeah.
happy, I know we have to start wrapping up, but I
I
want to
know.
get a question in from a huge fan of yours in the TV co-op. She kept on shouting you out. Her name is mostly Megan, and she wants to know, what makes you happy, Christy?
Oh my God. Well, hi, mostly Megan. That's like such a broad question. I think that happiness is so immense, and I feel like I can get really happy from the tiniest things and obviously happy from huge things. So like being around my friends and family obviously makes me super happy. My first sip of wine at the end of a really busy work day makes me happy. Smelling my dog's paws in the morning makes me really happy. A windstorm. We had wicked wind. I don't know if it's really windy
No.
right now. I literally like falling asleep to the sounds of the wind and the ocean like crashing last night made me happy. So like I think that it's our job as people to stay happy by looking for happiness in everything. And if you could find it, then you're good. Like, so I get happy from anything. I get happy.
I don't mean to laugh, but I started this episode saying Eric is your follower, and I think you just lost him.
I wish there was a way that you could easily just go read what my last tweet was, Christy, but I'll just read it to you.
Is it about the wind? Were you shitting yourself?
I said, and I quote, "I hate the wind. I hate the wind with a fiery passion. If and when I die, Mother Nature is there. I'm going to throw a full-on childlike temper tantrum over my hatred for wind. That's all. Carry on."
I gotta go.
I wanted to fight the wind today. I'm like on my step. I'm just trying to like take down Christmas decorations. And it is like I am being knocked, like I'm being pushed around by an invisible person. I wanted to fight somebody. I literally felt a level of rage that was weird because I was aware it was wind. But I was like, if you fucking push me, wind one more time, I'm like throwing a wreath. I went through something this afternoon.
Like I get that, because I get it. I don't like feeling in the wind and feeling like I'm gonna be knocked on my ass. But like I also feel like you picked a pretty shitty day to like casually take down Christmas decorations. Like it's literally like I feel like it was 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Like who the fuck decides to let me take my garlands down today?
Look. We are very busy around here at Hello Friends. When we have 5 minutes, we have 5 minutes, and it's already almost the end of January. I gotta take a wreath down.
I get it. Well, it was you versus the wind today. So I will say, please, Mother Nature, he does not mean harm. He does not. But I don't like being caught in the wind, but I did enjoy the sounds of it as I fell into my slumber last night.
Oh, I like the sound of rain when I fall asleep.
Yes, me too. I'll put my audio sometimes, like the storm, that and crickets. I fell asleep to crickets on YouTube, like 8 hours of crickets chirping.
Another one of my favorite tweets is, I'm so glad the weather dipped below freezing. Can't wait for those fucking crickets to freeze and die.
What the fuck? So we are quite different when it comes to sounds and
Yes.
natural element.
Yeah, well, I am also the person who has stabbed someone in the hand with a fork for them, like, chewing. Like, when my hubs, like, early in our relationship, I do not like mouth noises. And he was, like, chewing next to me, and I literally had a fork in my hand, and I just went, stop! And I, like,
It's a little
stabbed
violent, Chris.
down
So,
on his...
like,
I have a
one,
problem.
what the fuck are you trying to say? Are you like adding me right now? And two, you
No.
just got uninvited to our barbecue. So
Oh,
No, I've eaten with you. I've
Oh,
eaten with you when you sat next to me. You do not make any noises when you eat.
I know. Well, that's just goes to show how Big Brother audio team trolled me so hard. They would literally they would make like fake audio of me like this. Like, okay, I know I'm not the prettiest person to watch eat, but I don't make noises like that. Eric, thank you for having my back in that moment.
You really don't. And I lived with you.
You don't.
Like,
And by the way,
I know you move your jaw, but you don't make sounds. And that was like when people told me afterwards, I'm like, yeah, she moves her mouth, but you don't like.
No, I don't. I definitely have a lot of, as Nicole said in the DR, there's a lot of jaw action going on.
A lot
we
of
just
jaw
have
action there.
expressive faces, and I'm not shitting on anyone for expressive faces because I'm right there with you. And it's not you at all. It's everyone across the board on Big Brother. I always say it's like the microphone is in your digestive tract. Everyone. I will not watch the live feeds when people are eating anything. Those microphones are magic.
I don't blame you. I don't. It's not the most pleasant. Yeah. That's why you wouldn't want to be with me tonight, actually, when I go eat with my mom right now, because we got, you ever hear of Kat's Deli in the city?
No.
It's like around since like the 1800s. It's the biggest like Jewish deli. They have like all like pastrami and corned beef and knishes. And so my mom wanted Jewish deli food, and we were going to go out for dinner, but instead we ordered a ton, and I think that's what we're eating tonight. So I'm eating like a giant meat sandwich.
Nice.
Yeah.
Super jealous. Maybe I'll just go to Atlantic City tonight and swing by for leftovers.
Hey, I have plenty of rooms. You can come sleep over.
Well, look, yes, you can come, Nicole. We know that you have to go, but I want you, before you do, to let people know, especially that Instagram, where can people follow you on social media?
Okay, so I am on Instagram at christy.murph. I think that's really all I'm on, honestly. Oh, my little baby store, Mystic Earth _ boutique, also on Instagram. I will never hear the end of this from Eric, but I'm not on Twitter. One day, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, Instagram, that's where I'm at. Check me out. Also, you could shop my store online at shopmysticearth.com.
Lovely.
I know that you have to go, but I feel like you want to stay for 30 more seconds to hear this, Christy. Hi, I'm Eric, post Big Brother All-Stars. You made the right choice. Don't go on Twitter.
I told you. I've been saying this.
Notice how quiet I was. Don't do it.
Twitter is a scary, angry place. Listen, I think it's fun. I think it's very woke and innovative, and you find out a lot of news, but it's also very hateful, and I don't like to surround myself with that.
I mean, again, here's the thing. I stand by what I said before. I think there's a lot of great communities. I think the majority of people on Twitter are great. The part that I didn't understand in the way it affects someone like you until it happened to me, to Nicole, I didn't understand the overwhelming speed in which it comes at you, and that there's no way to stop it. So your families are being called, you're getting death threats. It's not like, oh, it's one or two. It's 24/7, never ending, and there seems no way out. I get it. I didn't understand that part. Totally get it now. You made the right choice.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong, like my girlfriend, I always joke around, she loves Twitter. She has a Twitter. She's super active on it. I think it's like funny. Like, I think that the funniest people are on Twitter, and it's like you can learn so much on there. So I just let her like fill me in. But yeah, like when you're in a position of like, you have like a platform or you're like in the public eye at all, you're gonna, even if you're the most loved, you're gonna catch a lot of hate. And that must have been really rough being Nicole while she was away, because I wanted to kill people. I wanted to
Oh,
kill
yeah. Oh, even when she came back, it wasn't great. But that's a story for another day. Thanks for screwing all your friends, Nicole. Could have placed better. Boop. Anyway, totally kidding, Nicole. Of course, the
I
links
love
to
that.
all.
I
What?
love that we can like, joke about it now. I think it's super
I
cool.
can.
Oh,
Because I personally have no problem with the season. I have no problem with anybody on the season, so I'm just living my best life.
Good. That's all you got to do. That's literally it.
The links to all Christie's stuff will be below this video after the fact. Nicole, final thoughts?
Final thoughts, because Chrissy has to go, is a happy, happy, happy birthday to her mama. I love Mama, and I hope to see you soon so I can squeeze you.
I know. I miss you. I really do. I can't wait to hug you, and maybe we'll wear matching, unintentional matching clothes again next time. Yeah.
Yay.
Sorry, I got to dip out, but JJ calls. You know.
Happy
Okay.
birthday, JJ.
Love you
Happy
guys.
birthday. We're going to say goodbye to you. We have to stay here. We have a few more minutes, Christy. So you can just hang up and leave. And we love you and we'll talk to you later.
Love you so much, guys. I'll see you at my barbecue next time.
Yes. Okie
Love you
dokie. Bye. Okay, Nicole. So, love
I love her.
Christy. She's the best.
I love her so much, and I miss her so much, and I just want to squeeze her so much.
I know. Now, Nicole, we're doing something a little bit different on this show, correct?
We are, yes.
So normally, this is where Nicole and I would go head on over to the after show.
But
However, well, you're drinking, so I'm going to say. Nicole's like, yes. Nicole, you ready to fill everyone in? She's like, yes, I'm ready to fill everybody in. Hold on, I'm just going to keep drinking. Is it my turn to talk? Okay, I'm just going to keep drinking. Are you choking now?
I know, I just had coffee come out of my nose, but I'm okay.
What is happening?
I'm okay. I'm okay. So I wanted the segue of that coffee tastes delicious, but you know what doesn't? Random items that are found in my kitchen, not random items. That came out so wrong. I'm a mess. So coming up now is a blind taste test. My sisters and Eric have prepped, I think, like 10 spoonfuls or Dixie cupfuls, whatever it is, of questionable or good, I don't know, some things. And I will be blindfolded, and I'm going to be tasting them and guessing them. I'm very nervous.
To be fair, you're making it seem like we picked these. People voted on them and left their suggestions in the Hello Friends community. So, like we say, there's all posts and polls and things all during the week where you guys do them to influence the shows. So I know not all of them, but for what you had available in your house, the majority of things were things that were voted on or suggested by people in the Hello Friends community.
Yeah, so they're Hello Friends suggested. I know my sister said they're going to be labeling things with who suggested them. So prepare for shout outs tonight. And I'm very nervous because a part of me is like, they won't be that bad. But then I remember the damn Lucky Charms and mayo, and I go, oh boy, this is going to be bad.
That was my genius idea. This was born because in the last time we did the live, we do activity vlogs where you guys vote on an activity for us to do with all of you, and it parlayed into make Nicole taste something gross at the end of one of them one time, and now here we are. We get a whole thing of Nicole tasting disgusting stuff. So now, Nicole, I know we need to break here so that we can transition and go set that up. How long do you think until we will be back?
We will be back at 7:30 p.m. exclusively in the TV Co app under Hello Friends. It's a free app, Hello Friends community, and that's where I'll be. I think my sister said they're doing like 5 basic tastes, like one thing. I don't know what that one thing's going to be, and then 5 questionable ones. So there'll be 10 things. If I even get through them all, I don't know. But we're going to Gordon Ramsay it up. We're going to have a good old time. So 7:30, 20 minutes from now, let me go to the bathroom. Let me compose myself. Let me find a blindfold, and we'll go from there.
All right. So, again, If you guys have never come to a, live event, well, I mean, I wouldn't say this is a live event, but it's more like a hangout show. So it'll be a little bit of a different format. We're interacting with you guys more in the chat, one-on-one. It's kind of the after show to this show. So we're going to go. Everyone go to the bathroom, get your little snacks and your breaks, treats, breaks. I don't know what I'm saying. My point is,
if you do not have the TV Co-op, be sure to download it. It is free. It's in the Google Play Store as well as the Apple Podcast Store, Apple Play Store, Apple Store,
iTunes.
iTunes.
Store.
Damn it.
So you guys can go download that. You guys have 20 minutes. We will be right back live. I will be in chat with all of you. It will be a fun, personal experience. If you've never experienced one of these situations before, you should come on down. It's very different than a, live show, and I think you guys will enjoy it, and we can't wait to see you there.
Okay.
And if you missed it, if you're watching this in the future, by the way, it's up in the GV Co-op. You can watch it back anytime you want. So head over there, check it out. Of course, follow, like, and subscribe are the best ways to help support our shows. Sharing them is always appreciated while we're live and after the show. And of course, hellofriendspod.com/finduslives for the link to all our socials and to see our schedule. Yes, it is updated and current for those asking. Nicole?
Yeah.
There's one last thing.
Yeah.
What? Why are you doing that?
Now I'm starting to panic. I was just thinking about how bad the mayo and Lucky Charms tasted. I'm like trying to mentally prepare myself.
Okay, well, there's one last thing that I feel I need to mention before we go for real. I know that Christy is not here, but we're going to put her here in spirit. It is Friday. We forgot about the shout out to my friend. I took the liberty to pick one that I'm sure people are going to appreciate, and I hope find the humor in. I went with Caitlin Herman, who said, I love Strong Island Nicole and reality recaps so much. I feel like they're family to me. Maybe that's the East Coast vibe. Right back at you, Caitlin. Thanks. We will see all you guys in 15 minutes in the TV Co app. So, goodbye if you're leaving us here. Otherwise, we'll see you in a few minutes when we go live again. Bye, everybody.
My friend.
Bye, friends.